4 high schools, 7 middle schools, 1 college, and a university, and much more. Now introducing your most comprehensive weekly local sports show in Madison County, the Richmond Register Sports Show. The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Here's your host for all things local sports, the Richmond Register sports editor, Nathan Hutchinson.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. My name is Nathan Hutchinson. I'm the sports editor of the Richmond Register. I very much appreciate you tuning us in this week. Got a jam-packed show for you. Coming up in a few minutes, we are going to have 5 members of the Madison Central track and field team here. All 5 of these young folks reached the podium on Saturday at the Class 3A state championships. Caitlin Kane, Jordan Briner, Kiara O'Shea, Brady Masters, and Wyatt Stewart. And what a day it was for the Madison Central track team. But we'll get to that in just a minute because we're going to go through, as we always do, a complete recap of the week that was in Madison County sports. And this turned out to be the last week of high school sports here in Madison County. Everything is done now. But we're going to go take you all through it here and recap the last week of the season. We're going to start off with track. We did have 2 state track meets this week that involved Madison County schools. We're going to go in chronological order. We'll start off with Thursday, the Class A meet at the University of Kentucky, and that's athletes from Model and Berea. Nobody from Berea actually did qualify, but 3 athletes from Model did. And sophomore Anthony Cole turned in a remarkable performance. Took second place in the 100-meter dash, the 200-meter dash, and was third in the long jump. This young man came within just tenths of a second of winning state championships in 2 different events. He finished behind Fort Knox senior Malik Blunt in both the 100 and the 200. In the 100, he was a 10.91 to Malik Blunt's 10.74. In the 200, he posted a 49.26, just 0.3 of a second behind Blunt at 49.23. And Blunt went on to win 3 state championships on the day, the 100, the 200, and the 400. But Anthony Cole dang near beat him in both the 100 and the 200. And in the long jump, Cole had a jump of 20.0925, and that earned him a shot into the finals. But as you'll see here in the video interview in just a minute, in between the preliminaries and the finals of the long jump, he had to go run the 200. So when he came back to finish up the finals of the long jump, he really didn't have much left. He took a time disqualification on the first one, and then he had two faults, and so didn't post a score, but his preliminary score was still good enough to give him 3rd place. So this young man, the last 2 years, has had 4 top 5 finishes at the state. He was 4th in the 100-meter dash last year as a freshman. This young man is going to win some state championships, folks, so keep an eye out for models. Anthony Cole, and after the meet, we got a chance to talk to Anthony.
We're here at the University of Kentucky for the Class A state track meet, and this young man had a very exciting day. Model sophomore Anthony Cole, 2 second-place finishes in the 3rd, 2nd in the 100 and the 200, 3rd in the long jump. Exciting day, huh, Anthony?
Yeah, it was an exciting day. It was a tough day. I mean, one of the best competitors in the state was here. Ran against him about 2 times, so It was tough. It was a tough pullout, but we got second.
Yeah, Malik Blunt, of course, finished ahead of you both the 100 and the 200. The 200 was just a 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, he's blistering fast, though.
Goes,
it's really hard to catch up to. It was a good race, though. It was a really good race.
Yeah. And you had to do the 200, then come back out and finish the long jump, and you really couldn't give it much of an effort there after that.
I gave up a good old time disqualification on that. I was just pantsing the whole time, but went out and jumped 2 more times. They were my best, but I went back out.
Yeah.
Roman Serpina,
man, you're only a sophomore. You finished 4th in the 100 here last year. You're quickly developing quite a reputation for yourself.
Drew Hurley.
What'd you say?
You're developing quite a reputation for yourself.
0-9.
I hope.
1, 2, and 3. Well done, Mike.
All right, good.
Serpina and Hurley.
The 100-meter dash this morning. You were fresh on that. How did that go for you?
I felt really good at the end. The beginning was a little bit rough, but at the end, I feel like I pulled through a lot better than at the beginning.
Okay. All right. Congratulations on a great year.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations to Anthony. We can't wait to see what the future holds for this young man. It seems like I said just a minute ago, it seems like there's certainly some state championships in the future for that young man as well. 2 other athletes from Model competed on Thursday at the state meet. Senior Keaton Hall was 15th in the shot put, and junior Sidehill Cuddy Poffenberger was 17th in the 3,200 meters. The Class 3A state championships were on Saturday. 13 individuals from Madison County and 7 relay teams competing in the event, combined from Madison Central and Madison Southern. 12 top 10 finishes for Madison County athletes. It was a really good, fun day out there, folks. And of course, we have to start off the recap by talking about the young lady who'll be here in just a minute with us, but the amazing Kiera O'Shea. She not only picked up 2 more state championships, she broke 2 state records. She came into this event as a defending champion in both the 1600 and the 3200, and she defended both those titles in spectacular fashion. In the 1600, she went 4:52.67, won by 8 seconds, and beat the all-class state record in that event. And then a little bit later on in the day, just simply dominated the 3200 meters, 10:32.83, won by 20 seconds, and broke the previous all-class record there. This is now 8 state championships altogether for the junior from Madison Central. That's, of course, 4 cross-country state championships and now 4 track and field state championships. We'll get into her a little bit more later. Obviously, she'll be here, and we'll talk to her a little bit about the 2 races and a little bit more about that. But she was the heavy favorite in the 32. She actually was probably not considered the favorite in the 1600 meters. She actually had lost a 1 mile race just about a month ago, and but we'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a minute. It's an interesting story. So, and also, while Kiera O'Shea was the defending state champion in the 1600 and the 32, Madison Central junior Wyatt Stewart was the defending champion in the pole vault, and he not only went out and defended his state championship, he broke his own state record. Last year he went 16:01 to claim the state championship and the state record, and this year he went 16:03 and broke that, and actually had a shot at 16:08, and on the 3rd attempt almost cleared the bar. But once again, just another dominant performance from, without a doubt, the best pole vaulter in the state is Wyatt Stewart. And it was Caleb Joyce and his teammate Jordan Briner who finished tied for second, both at 15 feet. So he easily passed them up as well. And he'll be here in just a minute, and we'll talk to him as well about it was some hairy moments there for him early on when he jumped into the competition and missed a couple of vaults. So we'll talk to him about that in just a second. And on the girls' side of the pole vault, it was Madison Central senior Caitlin Kane finishing second. She went 11:06 as well, and finished only behind Sarah Ferguson of Lafayette, who set a new state record at 13:06. So Caitlin finishes out her career with another top 10 finish in the pole vault, and she'll be here in just a minute as well, so we're looking forward to talking to her. Someone else will be here in just a minute, Brady Masters, Madison Central senior. He finished out a really amazing career with 2 really good performances on Saturday. He took second place in the 1600 in a time of 4:13.71 and was third in the 3200 with a time of 9:25.17. In the 1600, he actually came up the back stretch, took the lead very briefly before being passed there just before the finish line. And in the 3200, he was about 10th place for most of the race with about 2 laps to go, though, charged up and was able to finish in 3rd place. So Brady will be here in just a minute, and we'll be able to talk to him about a very busy and very fun day for him over there at the state track meet. Also at the state track meet, Madison Southern senior Braden Carson. You probably heard his story. He's battled injuries for most of the season, has not really been able to compete. But he did come back and a couple weeks ago at the regional meet, was able to qualify for the state in one event, which is kind of his signature event, the high jump, and he was able to finish 4th on Saturday over at the state meet, cleared 6.4, which is the highest he's been able to clear all year. Not really, he's gone a lot higher than that, but considering where he's come from with the injury, that was a pretty good performance. And we got a chance to talk to him over at UK after the state meet.
Back here at the Class 3A state track meet. This is Madison Southern senior Braden Fuzz Carson. 4th, Fuzz, you've been injured all year. You really kind of sat out most of the season. Waiting toward the end here to kind of get back and get healthy. You finished 4th in the high jump. What do you think?
You know, I'm really happy with how I did today. I got 6.4. Haven't got that all year. And
Lane 5, Gracie Hutchinson.
Just coming back from that 10-week, rest period was kind of surreal. It was hard to get back to where I got to, but I'm just glad I still got it. I'm glad I still performed well, this is the highest I've placed at state in my life. So
Sports fans at the awards podium, I
happy.
present to you your
Very
finishers
happy.
in the girls' high jump.
Last week at the region, you only had the one event. You just pretty much put all your eggs in one basket there.
For 8th place from Simon Kenton.
Best thing for you with the condition your leg.
Savannah Sealer.
Right, yeah, that was.
Henderson County.
I was going to do longer triple because, just trying to put the least amount of
Dunbar's
force on my leg as possible, I guess.
And Kaylee Mobley from Madison Southern.
Stuck with high.
Finishing 5th today from Hopkinsville, Natija Cherry.
What were your expectations here today?
In 4th from Paul Dunbar, Isabella Haggard. In 3rd,
I knew I was
Grace County,
seated 9th,
Emma Hancock.
but I knew I was going to
The
get
runner-up today,
because that was by my
with a
region jump, which was
5
6
feet 2
foot.
inches, Central
That was my
Hutchinson.
first meet back.
Sierra
So I didn't
McNeely,
do particularly
your
as well as I wanted
2022
to
state
do then.
champion. With a jump of 5 feet 8 inches from West Jessamine,
Coming here, I was
Lillian High.
excited because I know I
Throw your
was so good
competitors
on
in
the
this final
mono.
section of the girls' 400. Lane 1,
It's really
Alina
good.
Wilson. Lane
So,
2,
didn't expect to
Maclea
get broke,
Ragland.
though.
Lane 3, Abigail
I was
Pop.
just
Lane
hoping
4,
to get the
Ruby
podium.
Lusu went second in the 100 earlier today.
Good luck
Now
at
she's in the
Louisville.
400.
All right, well, good luck to Braden up at Louisville as he continues his athletic and academic career up there. So really just a lot of great performances all around from a lot of individuals. If you go to richmondregister.com, we have 2 stories up. We have a story about the boys and a story about the girls, complete recaps of everybody who was in it. But just a quick recap, the other top finishers for Madison Southern were Nadia Meeks, finished 8th in the 100-meter hurdles. Kaylin Wright was 9th in the long jump. Kaylee Moberly was 6th in the high jump. Stephen Perkins was 9th in the long jump, 22nd in the triple jump. Zach Smith was 18th in the 400-meter dash and 19th in the 200-meter dash. And Sam Grinstead was 19th in the shot put. And for Madison Central, senior Jesse Abrams was 17th in the 200-meter dash and 18th in the 100-meter dash. And Madison Central had 6 relay teams qualify for the state, and all 6 of them finished in the top 20. But full story on that at richmondregister.com. Another big story of the week was the Madison Central baseball team for the 3rd time in the past 7 seasons qualifying for the KHSAA State Baseball Tournament after winning the 11th Region Championship. Faced a really tough matchup on Thursday at Kentucky Proud Park on the University of Kentucky campus against Russell County. The Indians knew they'd face a top-notch pitcher. Nathan Lawson, a senior righty, has committed to EKU. And he certainly lived up to the billing of being a Division I pitcher. He allowed just 3 hits, had 6 Ks, and was also 2 for 3 at the plate with an RBI as the Lakers beat Madison Central 2-1. Russell County got both its runs in the 3rd inning. Madison Central was able to get 1 run back in the 5th when Bryson Howell doubled to right. And then Daniel Bauer delivered an RBI single. Madison Central had the tying run on base in the 6th and 7th inning. Both on hit by pitches, but Lawson was able to finish it up and pick up the victory. Bradley Pointer started for Madison Central, 4 innings, 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Matt Johns pitched the final 3 innings, allowing just 1 hit and had 3 strikeouts. 28-8, great season for Madison Central. And after the game, here's Coach Steve Roof addressing the media after the loss.
Seniors this year was second to none. They took over a young team and included all the freshmen and the whole team. We're going to do this together. And like I said last week, it was still fun to watch.
What was our pitching doing? What was your pitcher doing that just kept you guys off balance?
Yeah, 3-pitch mix. It's going to EKU next year. Fastball change really gave us some trouble, and a good slider too. So hats off. They also made all the plays. I thought our hitters did a good job putting the ball in play, making contact, but they made the plays.
What was the point of contention there in the ninth with the umpires?
It was just we had a guy outside the dugout, and he called time as the pitch went in. So I felt like I needed to kind of go out there and just kind of get it going a little bit there.
What can you say about your seniors that are just giving so much to this program?
I mean, that is a tough one because, like I said, I told them if my kids grow up to be like any of those guys, I'll be a happy dad. I would trust them with anybody. I think they're going to go on and be great citizens and in the community, and that's a special group.
All right, well, it was a great season for those seniors and for Madison Central. And just to follow up on Russell County, they did go on to beat Beechwood 1-0 on Saturday night. They are into the state Final Four. They will play Woodford County on Friday night. They are now 30-6 on the season going forward. 11th Region Softball Tournament took place Monday and Tuesday. at Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at various locations around the area. Of course, the first round was Monday night. We had Madison Central taking on Lexington Catholic and the Model taking on Great Crossing. And the Central Lexington Catholic game was probably one of the most anticipated first-round district or region games across the state. These were the top 2 ranked teams in the 11th region. Of course, Catholic lost in their district final, which set up this meeting of 2 really good teams in the first round. And Lexington Catholic got 2 runs in the first inning and went on to pick up a 5-1 win over the Lady Indians at here in Richmond. It was Abby Hammonds, the freshman from Lexington Catholic, with a great performance, a complete game victory, 4 hits, 2 walks. The Lady Indians did get a run off of her in the bottom of the 4th. It was Cassidy Hack with a single, and then Brooklyn Gilball drove her in with a single as well. Jasmine Kaler started for Madison Central, went 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 walks, 6 Ks. Cassidy Gentry pitched the final 1 2/3 innings, and they gave up 3 hits. And of course, Lexington Catholic went on to win the 11th region tournament, and they are currently playing in the state tournament right now. They won their first round game, and they were playing today, earlier today as we were taping this. But 22-5, amazing season for Madison Central in their first year under Randy Hall. And after the game, I got a chance to talk to assistant coach Sierra Huerta.
Hi, we're here at Madison Central High School where the Lady Indians season has come to an end with a 5-1 loss to Lexington Catholic in the first round in the 11th region tournament. We have Madison Central assistant coach Sierra Huerta with us. Appreciate you taking some time.
Yes, sir.
Well, unfortunately, going against a pitcher as good as Lexington Catholic's was, to get down 2-0 early was probably the worst case scenario.
Yeah. It was, you never want to start off a game behind. That's why it's nice being a home team, though, because you can always answer back. But their pitcher, you got to give kudos where kudos is given and deserved. And she hit all of her spots, and she did well. It took us a while to kind of figure it out. Some of us did, and some of us didn't, and that's kind of what it boiled down to.
Yeah, rough first inning for Jasmine, but she did work out of it,
yes,
out of the jam, and then she pitched very well after that.
Yes, absolutely. She, the first time, it's loud out here. There's a lot of people, which was awesome. The show up was great. It was a little bit nerves getting through that, but she got over that hurdle, and like you said, she pitched really, really well the rest of the game.
Yeah, Brooklyn with a big RBI single. You got back
yes,
within 2-1, so you guys were right there.
Yep, we were right there. Just seeing little adjustments, that was kind of the biggest thing we needed to cap on, but it was our biggest downfall in that game was just making adjustments. But she had a great at bat. I knew when she fouled that ball off that she was just, something was going to happen. It was going to be good.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate that such a great season comes to an end in the first round of the 11th region, but that's how tough this region is, and you draw a team like that in the first round. That's just I guess, unluck of the draw.
Yep. And, this is my first year coaching, so I'm kind of getting a feel for each region, but I've heard from a lot of people that, if you win this region, you're a pretty good contender for state. So I think, this team has created a really good building block for the upcoming season, so I'm really excited to be a part of that.
All right. Appreciate you. See you next year.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, we appreciate Coach Huerta talking to us after a really tough loss for the Madison Central Lady Indians. Now, earlier in the day on Monday, it was Model back in the 11th region tournament for the first time since 2015, traveling up to Great Crossing to take on the Warhawks, and it was Great Crossing picking up a 16-5 5-inning win over the Lady Patriots. Great Crossing jumped on them early, 7 runs in the first inning, had 13 hits off a combination of 3 different Model pitchers. Model did bounce back, though, with 3 runs in the second to make this a game, and it was Aniston Bray 2 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a single, and the season came to an end for the Lady Patriots at 11-13. And I'm going to get on my bully pulpit here for just a minute because Aniston Bray finishes the season with a .750 batting average, 45 of 60 with 26 walks. That's a .750 batting average, shattering the state record that was previous. The previous state record was .709. And of course, this is not official. The KHSA will have to go through this. I got into a fight with some people on Twitter about this. This record is legit. I'm not going to call out the person who I got into a Twitter war with, but Aniston Bray is signed with Western Kentucky University. She's an amazing player. I know she plays at a small school like Model. This is a legit record, and this record will hold up. She had a terrific season, and this .750 is a legit total, and she's an amazing player. And so all those haters out there who are trying to hate on her and say this is not a legit record, well, I can't say what I want to say on this format, but after the game, though, we got a chance to talk to Model coach Rusty Bray and Aniston Bray.
We're here at Great Crossing High School, where the Model Lab Lady Patriots season has come to an end with a 16-5 loss to Great Crossing in the first round of the 11th Region Tournament. Coach Rusty Bray, Aniston Bray. Coach, you guys are never an easy out. You gave Central a battle in the district final, and you come up here today against a team that you obviously, they were considered the favorites, and you guys once again just battled.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job. We tried to execute a game plan. We practiced a lot yesterday and this morning too, trying to just execute. And we come up short on a couple of plays, but we stuck to the game plan, and we knew it would be late in the game and just try to make a run at it. And I thought we did that. We just missed a ball here and there.
Yeah, I mean, Aniston, you guys go down 7-0 right off the bat, but you came back. You scored 3 runs. You got back in the game, and just kind of shows the determination and fight of this team.
Yeah, I mean, we were definitely defense was just we weren't on our best game on defense, but offense we were definitely coming back. I mean, we were hitting her pretty well. If they had another pitcher warming up in the bullpen, I thought they were going to bring in because we were hitting her so well.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I think someone already spoiled it for Aniston, but she finishes the year at 750, 45 of 60. That shatters the single season state record of 709. She finished at 750. So how about that for your daughter?
I'm really proud of her. She's grew every year as a hitter, and she kind of understands her role as a leadoff slapper. And I thought this year she kind of executed the game plan and just stayed with it and just tried to get on and let somebody else help her out.
Yeah, 2 for 2 today. Did you have any idea what the record was or anything like that, Aniston?
No, I mean, I knew I was up there. I did not know what the record was, though, or that I was beating it or anything. But, I mean, I was just trying to do my job as a leadoff, get on every time, and let my teammates do the rest and bring me around the bases.
And, of course, Rusty, she's committed. She signed with Western Kentucky. And for those people who say, you know, she plays at a small school, it's not legit, she was 2 for 2 against one of the best teams in the 11th region today. So those are legit stats.
Yeah, I'm proud of her. I think, you know, that she does a good job of just taking what a pitcher gives her, no matter the level. And for Aniston, I think she'd rather see this kind of pitching than usually what we see at small A school. So she did a good job with it. I'm proud of her today.
All right, congrats on a great season. Thanks.
Thank you.
The Lady Patriots finish up the year 11-13, and congratulations to Aniston Bray on the what I'm guarantee you will be a state record-breaking performance. They may look at that record and drop that percentage down a little bit, but 750. You look at that number nationally is one of the highest all-time batting averages for any high school softball player in the history of the country. But we'll wait for the KHSAA to certify it, but congratulations to Aniston on a great, great season. Also this week, the 2022 Kentucky Boys and Girls Junior PGA Championships were held right here in Richmond. The girls was Tuesday and Wednesday at Arlington. The boys were Wednesday and Thursday at Gibson Bay. We'll start off with the girls. Elizabeth Eberly shot rounds of 73 and 72 for a +1 154 to tie for third place. Clara Beth Ramsey 12th at a +8 152. Lydia Harrell finished 22nd and got her first ever hole-in-one on Wednesday on number 5 over there at Arlington. So congratulations to her. Casey Cameron was 23rd and Abby Buchanan was 24th. The boys tournament, like we said, was Wednesday and Thursday at Gibson Bay. Clay Pendergrass of Madison Central was tied for 7th after the first round. And then on Thursday, he got hot and shot the best round of the day, 4 under 68. And he actually pulled into a tie for the lead very briefly, but it was Zach Watterson beating out Clay Pendergrass by 1 shot for the individual title. But Clay Pendergrass still automatically qualifies for the National Boys Junior PGA Championship, which is going to be held in August in Chicago. So congratulations to Clay. Other top finishers among local competitors, Hayden Wash was 13th, Charlie Spiller was 22nd, Jacob Aldridge and Warren Thomas were 23rd, and Mason Hamrick and Cooper Eberly were 37th. That's all we got for you this week. Like I said, that was the end of high school sports, official high school sports. We have lots of summer basketball and stuff going on, but we still we'll be out there. Lots of things to do this week. Got lots of camps and all kinds of good stuff going on, so we will keep you updated on all that stuff as well. But we're very much looking forward to talking to the 5 members of the Madison Central track and field team who reached the podium on Saturday over at the KHCAA Class 3A state meet. So stay right with us and we'll be right back.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We are joined by 8-time state champion Kiara O'Shea and Madison Central senior Brady Masters. Thanks, guys, for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming in. First time we've had you in here before.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming in, Brady.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it was an exciting day yesterday. A lot of great, I think it was 12 top 10 finishes for Madison County athletes, including both of you, obviously. We'll start off with Kiara. You were the defending champ in the 16 and the 32. It was going to be tough to repeat, but especially in the 16. So kind of what was your mindset coming into yesterday?
Just focusing on what I can control, not worrying about what everyone else was doing, just staying within myself and just trusting in the training that I've been putting in this entire year.
Yeah, well, it was so shocking to talk to you afterwards, and you actually said you were a bit nervous. We just don't expect that from you because you've been so successful, but you did actually, Tula Fallbush beat you a couple of weeks back, and that was your main competition in the 1600. A little extra motivation there because she had beaten you the last time out?
Yeah, I think any race like that, that sort of doesn't go the way, like, that's kind of expected. It really opens your eyes to that competition, and so having that eye-opening race just a couple weeks prior really refocused my training and just prepared me going into that state meet, knowing like I was gonna go out there and make it fast from the start and just hope she couldn't hang on this day. So
yeah, she ended up actually finishing third. So you
yeah.
You went out early like you always do, and kind of when did you feel like you took control there? When do you feel like you kind of had that thing wrapped up?
Honestly, just as soon as the race started, I just felt really comfortable out front and just kept running my race and just, I just felt strong the entire race. I knew they were still chasing behind me, but just having that lead and just seeing open track in front of me was nice.
Yeah. Well, Brady, you took second in the 1600 when what was kind of a crazy race. I mean, you were out in front for a while. Kind of fell back a little bit. You charged to the front there on the back stretch. Just kind of walk us through the race.
So going in, I honestly wasn't expecting to do as well as I did. I focused more on the 32, so the 16 was just kind of like, go compete kind of thing. And then it started, and I was out in the front, and I was like, all right, I wasn't expecting that, but that's how it happened. And then going in the last lap, I think I was in fifth, and I was right behind it, and it was like four of them, and I just felt good going into the last lap, and I went for it, and the state championship didn't happen, but I went for it, and it was a good race and a good last 100 meters for me and Sammy.
Yeah, you led there for 4 or 5 seconds or something. I mean, you surged ahead of him, and it was pretty much even there.
Yeah.
Well, what was going through your head at that point?
I was just I don't know. It was just because with 200, I still had the two guys, and they were neck and neck, and then it was me and Sammy, and then I was feeling like good, and I went in front of him, I think, for a split second, and then he came back, and it was just, I don't know what was going through my head. I was just trying to get to the finish.
Yeah. Well, moving on to the 32, I mean, you were the heavy favorite there. You ended up winning, I think, by 20 seconds or so. You did have somebody with you there for a while,
yeah,
kind of pushing you, but you're pretty much in control all the way there.
Yeah,
it seemed like.
Yeah, I just took the time that I had between the races and just found some shade, make sure I ate something small, just to refuel, and then make sure I kept drinking. Just let myself rest for a little bit before hitting that track again and just taking away the laps.
Yeah, because not only, like we mentioned in the opening there, the 1600 was a new all-class state record, and the 3200, you're coming up the back stretch, and everybody knew you had a chance at that record, and you ran into lap traffic. You ran into the kids at the back of the pack, and you had to veer off to your right and actually go around them. And you told me afterwards you thought that actually was a good thing because it kind of gave you somebody to chase after and kind of a target.
Yeah, you just sort of use the back people to chase. So just seeing where they're coming and just knowing how to navigate through them, especially at the end of the race, just swinging wide off that last turn to get around them, but just using them to keep pushing and just run faster.
Thanks for a crowded finish line. You don't get that moment where you cross all by yourself, though. But
no,
as long as you won, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Well, the 32, you were hovering about 10th for most of the race, but you charged up late and finished third, a good kick at the end there. So talk about walk us through the 3,200 for you.
The 3,200, I went into it like the beginning of the race in the first half, and I was still pretty tired, I guess, from the 1,600, and I was just kind of trying to stay in it still and not let a gap open up too much. So I was kind of trying to stay in the back of the front pack, if that makes sense. And then I wanted to do a kick at the end and try to get up there, and I think my kick was good at the end, but I think I should have kicked sooner, I guess, to get up closer to the end, but it happened how it happened. So.
Yeah. Well, both of you also qualified in the 800. Either one of you give any thought to doing the 800 as well? I mean, I know that's kind of a Herculean effort on a warm day to do the 800, 1,600, and 32, but either one of you give any thought to that?
Yeah, it's just hard with track to do the 800 too, because it's
so close to the 32.
It's so close to the 32. You have probably like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes before. So, but yeah, I mean, I always like doing any of the three. So, but for the state meet and just how I run the race, it just made more sense to do the 16 and 32.
Yeah. You have any thought to it, or?
I mean, I knew like with the little time that I had at the region meet, I knew state wouldn't be much different. So, just focusing on the 16 and 32, which are my main two events, and then just giving everything I had in those two and just leaving out the 800.
Yeah, but then after the 32, you did a short break and then you went back out for the 4x4.
Yeah, yeah, I got kind of dragged into that one a little bit, but I mean, I enjoy running with the team out there, just putting in my contribution, seeing what we can do out there.
Yeah, you usually do a lot of relay events, right?
I don't usually do a whole lot, but this year I've been thrown in the 4x4 a lot, but I actually enjoy it, so I don't mind it too much.
Yeah. Well, Brady, everybody was rooting for you so much. I mean, you came so close to winning a state championship so many times in cross country and track, but I mean, you had a great career. I'm sure you got no regrets, and I mean, obviously you don't seem like it bothers you too much. I mean, obviously I'm sure you would have loved to won a state championship, but overall you had a great career.
Thank you.
I mean, again, it looks like it doesn't affect you. I mean, I'm sure you would love to have had one, but it's not that big a deal, right?
Yeah. I mean, overall, my times were good, but yeah, I definitely wanted to have a state championship.
Yeah, well, especially in cross country. I mean, really, honestly, 2 years ago, the way that whole thing was set up, and you ended up losing by a tenth of a second to a guy who was in a different race.
Yeah.
So that's a different story. I want to get into all that, but that seemed unfair. But 2 seconds in the state cross country, right, and then second here, and so it's been a great career.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, all right. Well, you want to drag her?
I don't care.
You got to come up here for at least a second. Come on. Just for a second. Coach O'Shea hates being on these and hates doing interviews. We're going to drag her up here just for a second. She can stand.
Where am I standing?
Right here. Just talk a little bit about, Saturday and what it means to you guys, and obviously for her not only to win 2 more state championships, but two state records and all that stuff. It was just it was an awesome day. I think you texted me and said, "Wow, what a great day."
It was a great day, and going in.
Not just because of her.
I look at it, and it's hard because she's my daughter, but Kira and I get to talk a whole lot more than Brady and I get to talk, and then Brady gets to come right after Kira races, so I don't always get to see Brady right before a race because she's finishing up and he's already out on the track getting prepared. Kira, I think in her mind, she had looked at records back last year, and she said, my goal before I leave high school is to get these records. And did we think that they would come this year? Absolutely not. But we just took each race in stride, and and when they went out in the 30 after the 1600 and the 32, and when the girls went out with her, when they came kind of through the first 3 laps with you, and then she started pulling away, but when she came through the mile, we were like, this is possible. And she had to start working to catch that backpack, like as you say, and for Brady, we look at, we wanted a state championship. And we didn't know which race it was really going to be in, and I think Brady left it out there in the 1600. He was a little tired coming into the 32, but he never quit fighting in the 32. So I'm super proud of both of them.
Yeah. Now, who were all those folks you were getting hugs from afterwards?
Those were my grandparents.
Your mom too. We got
Hugged
your mom first, but you had a lot of hugs from other people there. So.
I had a lot of family out there supporting me that day. So
they had good
having
seats.
them
They were right there.
Yeah, right at the finish line. So that's pretty cool.
All right. Well, congratulations to you. Congratulations, Brady.
Thank you.
And sorry to drag you on here. I told you we weren't going to do it. And we did it anyway. We did it really quick. That was all we're going to do. All right. We're going to talk to some pole vaulters after this.
Yes.
We'll be right back in just a minute.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms.
Welcome back. We're joined by the Madison Central Pole Vault crew here. We have Caitlin Kane, Jordan Briner, Wyatt Stewart. You remember him. We had him on a while back. Little Pole Vault 101. So got second place finish, third place finish, and two-time defending state champ over there. So thanks you guys for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
You got a little tired after yesterday, or all right?
A little bit. Really hot outside.
All right. We'll start off with Wyatt over there. You won your second straight state championship, set a new state record, broke your own state record. You went to 16:03. Like I talked to you after the meet, though, you and Jordan both had some precarious moments there. You came in at 15, and you missed your first two attempts, and so if you'd have missed the third one, you would have had no score and
I don't remember that. I remember being great.
You remember being great.
I don't remember being.
You are an actor, see? You want to be an actor, see? So, no. But you made your next three jumps and you went on and won the state championship. But it was a little hairy there for a minute.
Yeah, no, I was about to pass out from just nervousness at that first time in a while.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing with pole vault. You can come in whenever you want, but if you miss, then you basically record no score. So you obviously have gone over 17 before, so 15 to you is a pretty good starting point.
It should have been easy. I don't know why it took me 3 tries to do it, but
yeah. Well, obviously you went over. You got 16:3 for the state record. Then you had 2 shots at 16:8. The first 2 not so good. You changed poles, and you went. And the third one was pretty close.
Yeah. No, I had 1 pole that I was missing. If I had that, I probably would have done better. But no, I just went back to what I was doing when I cleared bars, and I don't know. It worked. I had a pretty good attempt at it, but I've been over it, but didn't get it.
Well, Jordan, like I said, you also missed your first 2 at 15 as well, so you were kind of in a tough situation there as well.
That's kind of the reason I got third instead of second, just by attempts, but the other jumper, he did good. He double PR'd, so he deserves the second place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're a year behind Wyatt as a sophomore. He's a junior. I mean, you guys kind of a tag team. I see you always together over there, and just kind of how do you push each other and how to make each other better?
Well, I kind of embarrassed him at practice the other day. He was talking about how he thought his form was better, so we compared grip, compared the same run, and I think I beat him a little bit. I don't know if he'd agree, but seemed like I beat him a little bit.
Jordan, what's it like working with him?
It's awesome. We just support each other and be there for each other and push each other. He jumps a little higher, so it's kind of a big gap between us for me to chase, but I tried it as best as I can.
I don't want to leave Caitlin out here. She's in there going, hey, ask me a question. Senior year, though, you finished second. The young lady you finished ahead of went on to set the state record, but second place finish.
Yes.
Was your last state meet?
Yes.
Have fun?
Yes, it's been really fun. I wish I started pole vaulting sooner.
Yeah. I was going to say, we've never actually talked to you about pole vaulting. When did you kind of get into it, and were you working with Wyatt's dad and with Monty and those guys?
Yeah, so I started vaulting with them about 2.5 years ago during my sophomore year. I just now heard about it then, so I didn't know about it earlier, or I would have started earlier.
Okay. So what kind of piqued your interest there?
So Monty was my cross country coach, and he texted me and he was like, "Do you want to try out pole vault?" And I was like, "Sure." And here I am. So I really liked it, but
yeah. I mean, what's the beginning of that like when you get into something like that? And you're basically throwing yourself about 13 feet into the air. It's got to be not 13 at the beginning, but when you start off. But I mean, it's got to be a little bit frightening.
It was a little bit at first, but it's really a slow progress. And while it was COVID, I didn't have any meets for a long time, and so I didn't have to deal with trying to jump over bars and the fear of that. So by the time I started actually competing, it was less scary. So
yeah. We were just kind of joking off the air. You pole vault guys and girls kind of all stay down there together in your own little world, and but it's like a little community down there. You all kind of know each other. You all root for each other, root together for each other, and every time there's a state, someone's going for a state record, everybody's clapping and everything. So that's all three of you. Just kind of talk about the community of pole vaulters. Start with Wyatt over there.
It's great. It's not even a Kentucky thing. Like, I've been all around the nation. It's everyone is like that. Like, I go places if I need a pole. Like, the people I'm renting poles from is a club from Ohio, and they just give them out to me. And it's just what they do. I mean, I went over to Reno, and it was my dad coaching, and they were also there, and they're like, well, we'll coach too. And it's like, just everyone is like helpful, and everyone just wants to see everyone jump higher. It's like, just jump higher, and that's what everyone wants.
Yeah, it's a nice big community, and everyone's really friendly. You can kind of make friends with anyone just by you have their common interests, and then everyone likes to help each other out and cheer for each other, and there's usually no hard feelings or anything along with it.
Yeah, Caitlin.
Like both of them said, it's a huge community. I just love the atmosphere at meets. I mean, even with my biggest competitors, like, I just love seeing them. Like, we always get excited when we get to compete together. Even if, like, I know Sarah's going to beat me, I'm still excited when she's there. It's a really good atmosphere.
Yeah, Sarah Ferguson from Lafayette went 13-6, and you were right there cheering for her with everybody else. So it's really cool kind of environment.
Yes, it's a really cool environment.
Yeah, and we've never really talked to you, Jordan, about how you got into pole vaulting. So tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, I had a friend who was also a mutual friend of Wyatt in about 7th grade who told me I should come try pole vault, and I went to practice, and ever since I've just gone to pretty much every practice, every meet I could, and I've just been hooked.
Yeah, of course you're a senior, so that's your last meet, but Jordan's gonna have 2 more years. Wyatt's gonna have another year, so the Central Pole Vault dynasty could continue on. So, all right, well, appreciate you guys coming on. And that'll wrap up this week's edition of the Richmond Register Sports Show. As always, the best place to follow sports in Madison County is Richmond R Sports on Twitter or Register Sports on Facebook. Have a great week. See you next time.
The Richmond Register Sports Show is brought to you by Metronet, superfast internet, simply a better connection. Central Kentucky Pressure Washing, Total Comfort, heating and air conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. And by kymedia.net, digital media solutions on your terms. Thanks for watching the Richmond Register Sports Show. For more information about all things sports in Madison County, log on to richmondregister.com or on Twitter. And like us, Register Sports on Facebook. Get the Richmond Register directly to your mailbox or get the app online and visit richmondregister.com.